have a developing story to tell our viewers about right now.
I was actually on the golf course in Atlanta.
Yeah! Oh my gosh, look at that thing.
Right down the middle. Good job, Mike.
When my best friend called me and told me, I knew it was over. You know, the things that I was trying to hide for so many years or thought I could get away with was now coming to light.
How could a football star making literally millions of dollars allegedly get involved in something like this?
Allegations of hanging, shooting, body slamming, even electrocuting dogs to death as part of a multi-state underground dogfighting operation. Is a record-breaking NFL superstar, a former #1 draft pick, losing a $120 million contract over dogfights?
I was surprised because I'd never seen a violent or angry or mean side of him.
I was stunned because Mike loved dogs. You know, we used to have Saturdays where you could bring your kids or, you know, whatever. And Mike would bring dogs with him to practice.
Would you at least like to proclaim your innocence?
Like I said, I won't talk about the situation right now. And when the investigation is over, then I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you have for me.
Michael Vick pled guilty to federal dogfighting charges.
66 dogs were removed from Vick's property, Bad News Kennels. The reports show some animals were found buried, dead on that property. I personally think that he's a sociopath.
The collective picture was a very bad one. There were tremendous concerns on my part about the severity of the crime, the effect on the animals, as well as the attitude of the individuals involved in this operation.
Bad News Kennels was started us wanting to breed pit bulls with the patches and the ones that, you know, looked pretty, and it was show dogs, and we was gonna sell them. And it just went from one aspect to another. It was kind of scary back there. Everything was all black. That was our cover-up. We had a place where we trained the dogs. We had, you know, and 50 dogs on, like, chains. It was the area where we had all the medicines and things that we used. Then you go upstairs, and that's where they used to tangle.
Where I grew up at, dog fighting, I didn't know that it was legal, and I didn't know if it was illegal. I knew several people, several friends, that if they had a pit bull, you knew at some point in time they was gonna fight it against somebody else who had a pit bull. That's just the way it was.
The first time I saw a dog fight, I was like 7 years old. And those bushes right there, see them big trees just leaning over like that? That's where everything used to happen. And that's where I seen my first dog fight.
I know about the area in which Michael grew up. We work in those neighborhoods. It's a very sad situation when children grow up not thinking of dogs as friends, but as just something on a chain in the backyard. It's like a junked bicycle. Dogs are often just commodities.
Michael Vick was a person who had an effect on the lives of many, many young people. He cast a very, very wide shadow, and that's why he had to be accountable for the effect he had on other people.
Vick was sentenced to 23 months in prison and ordered to pay just under $1 million in restitution for the care of the dogs.
First, I want to apologize for all the things that I've done and that I've allowed to happen. So I will redeem myself. I have to. Thank you.
I kept saying, Mike, let's just run. Like, let's just escape. We can leave the country. We don't ever have to come back. Let's just go. He was like, no, I got to go do my time and get this over with. He was getting out the car, and I just was holding him. I didn't want him to go. I kept saying, please, just don't go. Just don't leave us. Like, what am I going to do by myself? with 2 kids. And he said, "You'll be fine, you're gonna be fine."
The uncontainable number 7 became inmate number 337-65183.
It was heartbreaking for me. We came in together, and I'm thinking, you know, at some point in time, we're going to lead this franchise, this city, to a Super Bowl berth, possibly a championship. The Michael Vick experience, it's over with.